Hello? Oh, hi, darling.
Half a world away, another day. So let's go play on the moon. It's a starry place. We embrace the space while we're miles away on the moon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Other Line. I am your host, Kelly Keegs. We are here this week. We're going to be talking about spring break. We're going to get into spring break. But before we do that, there are a couple things we need to talk about. Gia, I'm happy, one, that you put these on our list because I wanted to talk a little bit about, first and foremost, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez being engaged.
I'm very curious to see how long this one will last.
Yeah.
I hate to judge because I support women always.
Yes, of course. And it's J-Lo. It's J-Lo. Everybody wants the best for J-Lo. Everybody wants things to go great for J-Lo. Now, since I saw this announcement, I don't even know what day it was. I think maybe Saturday. Was it Friday?
Yeah.
I think it was Saturday yesterday. And ever since I saw the announcement, I kind of went like, oh, all right. Like, they're engaged. You know why? Because J-Lo has now been engaged 6 times. I looked it up over the weekend. 5 different people, 6 times engaged. This is her second engagement with Ben Affleck. They were married, and I mean, that's great. But at what point do you stop getting engaged? You know, like at what point are you like,
is it worth it?
right? Like when is like marriage no longer for you or engagement or whatever? Like clearly she is fine with relationships. Like she seems to have healthy relationships, you know, from the outside. And I know she gets along well with some of her exes. Like it's not like she's burning these bridges and these people are talking shit about her behind her back or anything. But I don't know. And I guess I was tweeting about this yesterday, and I think that maybe it's just that she believes in love, and she'll say yes as many times as she needs to in order to get it. I think that that's wild. I think Ben Affleck doesn't get off easy here either. He's been engaged at least 3 times, I think. He was married.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All I know is Jennifer Garner
Married to Jennifer Garner, obviously.
and J-Lo, obviously.
And J-Lo, yeah. Has kids with Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it, actually. Maybe it was only just the 2 of them.
Yeah.
There might have been a sneaky somebody in the middle there. I don't know.
He was dating Anna de Armas for like a hot second.
Yeah, and she's so hot, by the way.
my God.
Did you watch that stupid fucking movie, Deepwater, on Hulu?
No, I watched the trailer and I was like, oh shit, this movie's gonna be really good. And
Yep.
then I saw that it got really bad reviews, so I didn't even bother.
It is. First of all, you must watch it. Like it is so bad that it's good. Like it's one of those movies where I'm like, you must watch. It's horrible, whatever. The premise of the movie, it's Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. They are married. Ana de Armas it's unclear whether or not she wants a divorce. You can't really tell, but she wants to like screw around in their marriage, and Ben Affleck just like accepts it, I guess. But then he ends up like murdering everybody. He's like a murderer, but it's all because he's being like cuckolded. I don't fucking know. It's the most bizarre movie, and you gotta watch it. Like it's so stupid, but it's worth the watch. Okay, so I'm glad we got that out of the way. 2, a little follow-up. We have Will Smith now officially banned from the Oscars for 10 years, which people are thinking like, wow, that's so crazy. What? 10 years just for a slap? Like, excuse me? It's fine. He can still be nominated for Oscars and win Oscars. He just can't go to the Oscars. Like, he just can't show up and walk the red carpet. Like, I mean, personally, that would be hugely devastating for me because that's the only thing I ever would want to do at the Oscars. But for Will Smith, I think that he's fine not doing that. He also had already taken himself out of the equation when it comes to being a part of the Academy, which means that he can like vote for his peers and help his peers like win awards, which I think it's kind of crazy that he took himself out of that and didn't have the Academy actually take him out of that, because that's probably the nicest thing the Academy does. Like they need more like, you know, I guess normal people, younger people in the Academy to make these decisions and help with these awards. So that was like the worst part of it. I wish that he kept that and then had all this other shit, but whatever. So Will Smith, pray for him, I guess. Nobody really cares. I think that his career is gonna take a hit for a couple of years. I mean, he'll do voiceovers and whatever like he's been doing, but it seems like everybody's kind of like, whoa, we don't want to work with a loose cannon. I don't know. That same shit's going on right now with what's his name? Ezra Miller, right, Gia? I think.
Yes.
He
oh my
and
God.
I feel bad for him. He's had a lot of outbursts over the years, I guess, and people are just trying to catch up to him. He's in Fantastic Beasts. He's also in one of the new DC comics,
Yeah,
I think.
he plays the Flash.
The
He's
Flash,
like about
yeah.
to have like his own solo movie.
That sucks. So Ezra Miller also getting he like choked somebody out randomly out of nowhere. He's yelling at people in karaoke bars because they're singing. I don't know. Something's wrong. Obviously, hopefully everybody gets the help that they need because something's wrong with everyone at this point. A couple of other announcements as well for me personally. One, I got this new phone case I really want to talk about. It is the Harry Potter Case-Defy collaboration, and it is Slytherin. And I saw Tom Felton, aka Draco Malfoy, advertising on Instagram, and I bought it immediately. Finally came in. Another thing that finally came in, my all too well notebook. Yes, I've been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to it since we started. And it came with like a jacket cover, which I thought was kind of crazy. It's supposed to be just a notebook, you know. But the jacket cover is a little cumbersome. Left it at home, so we've got our notes in my notebook, and I have my little pen with me, and I'm feeling much more confident in my seat with my notebook and my pen. So, all right, now. Let's get into spring break stuff. I know that's why everybody's here. Everybody wants to talk about this. I had a lot of fun thinking about spring break topics and spring break stuff. There's just so many facets of a spring break that you can bring up. And the main thing I was thinking of are just the locations that you can go to on spring break. I think, do you think that Daytona Beach is like the most popular, Gia, or do you think like Fort Lauderdale is more popular now?
I was going to say Fort Lauderdale maybe.
Yeah,
I think they probably neck and neck.
Probably, yeah. When I was younger, it was always like Daytona, you know, ride or die, whatever. I have never personally been to Daytona during spring break. I've been there during a couple weeks after spring break, and it was still, I feel like the vibe of Daytona is always spring break, so that's just kind of how I feel. And then a place I've been to a couple of times now is Panama City Beach. Jesus Christ, what a shithole that place is. That is bad. That's a bad spot. It's in the panhandle of Florida. I think a lot of the spring break destinations end up being in Florida because it's like a lawless land and it's warm all the time. So especially in March, which is usually March, April, which is usually when it happens. I don't even know. I know a lot of my friends also in like high school, which is crazy. I went to school down south. I talk about this all the time, but I had a lot of friends who went to high school in North Carolina. They went to Myrtle Beach for spring break during high school. I was not allowed to go to spring break until college. Like, I didn't even ask.
My Michigan friends would always be like, oh, like spring break, senior year, spring break, senior year.
Yeah, what?
And they went to like, I don't know if it was like Puerto Vallarta or somewhere
Probably
like
like
that.
Punta Cana. That's another one too. Everybody fucking goes to Punta Cana.
And I was
yeah.
like, in high school, like they let you guys do that?
I mean, that's so crazy. My parents would never agree. I mean, maybe they would if I like really asked them, but I was not like, I don't know. I don't know if I gave off the vibe of responsibility. They knew that I liked to have a good time. So I don't think that they would ever allow me as an 18-year-old to go to a foreign country where the drinking age is 18. It's the only reason why we would be going to a foreign country for spring break in the first place, just to get fucked up in like Punta Cana. That's crazy. But I think that Myrtle Beach was a good alternative for those who weren't allowed to do that, and they could just stick around there because Myrtle Beach is another lawless land kind of place. I've also been there a few times, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, the Punta Cana spot, we had a lot of people in college that went on like a huge group trip to Punta Cana. I was pretty jealous of it. I like was going to be involved in it, and then I forget what happened. I think it was like too expensive, and my parents were like, no fucking way. Like I forget what happened. And I ended up like, oh no, I'm just remembering. I had to go home that year. I didn't go on spring break. It was my junior year of college. I didn't go on spring break because I had to come home to get a scope for peptic ulcers in my stomach because I was just stressed out. So I missed that spring break, but then I also went to Isla Mirada, which was really nice, and then Key West, of course, Key West, Florida, which is probably my favorite of all. What made these spring breaks the best, probably, were the groups of people that I went with. It's important to go with a good group of people. Gia, have you been on like a spring break? Have you gone out, like, have you gone to a location like this with a bunch of people?
Yes, my big spring break since it was supposed to be junior year, but since COVID happened,
Fuck, that's right. You were right in the middle of that. I didn't even think about that.
We got to go to Cabo my senior year.
Ooh, okay.
And it was so much fun. My freshman, sophomore year, like some of my friends went to Fort Lauderdale and stuff, but I just didn't really have any interest.
Yeah.
So I like did stuff with like some of my friends and like with my parents. But
For
yeah,
sure,
Cabo was my big one. And it was just
your
unbelievably fun.
Your face tells it all. I say your face tells it all.
I can't
that's
stop
good
smiling when I think about it.
That's so fun. It is. It's a fun time to look back on, especially like when you're so far away from it. Like I feel like you were only just there. Like you're kind of like right spot on with it still. I feel so far away from spring break at this point that I can't even imagine like heading out. I can't imagine getting together any of the groups of friends that I went on spring break with now and like going and doing it again. Maybe with the exception of like my true besties, but besides that, no way. I think that the best way to go about it was always like you go with a small group of your close friends and you stay in a room with them or something, and then you meet up with other people you know that are already going to be there. I feel like the friends just extend out, like, as far as can be. Like, it's crazy how many people you end up meeting when you're like on spring break because they're a friend of a friend or whatever, and everybody's drunk, so who gives a shit? I think that meeting people on spring break also comes with, like, I was never afraid of strangers on spring break. I was afraid of strangers all the time, always. I would never like go off with anyone, a group of people. We met a group of guys one year in Panama City Beach who were staying at their like dad's really nice apartment up on the thing, and we were like, oh yeah, for sure, like whatever. Yeah, these are strangers. None of these, the people that I haven't blurred, a couple people I blurred that I do know, I didn't ask their permission. One person didn't have sunglasses on, so I blurred him too. All those guys, no idea who any of them are. Not a clue. I didn't even know them at the time. Who are they? They were our best friends in this moment. That's all that really mattered. I forgot to ask you to throw up I also forgot to set the mood, just generally speaking. I also forgot to ask you to put up the Trojan, thank you for that, the Trojan area pick, because this has to do with locations. If you went on spring break, it doesn't matter where you went, you ran into something like this. And it is, I don't know if it's a deal with MTV or a deal with whoever, the Trojan like tent area, whatever. There's always, it doesn't matter where, this is specifically Panama City Beach. It is in every spring break location. There's always a Trojan tent. There's always some shit going down there. And you always go up there and you get the temporary tattoos that you put on your ass cheek and you hope that everybody sees. And then you just look like, you know, a girl with a Trojan non-stick tattoo on your ass cheek. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But so keep your eyes peeled at every spring break location for something Trojan related. But yeah, the groups thing is such a conundrum. Like, I don't know why everybody feels so comfortable going off with groups of people on spring break. It just, I guess it's like we're all here for a good time. We're all here for fun. Nobody's thinking about like sex trafficking and stuff. I think that like now on spring break, that's all I would think about. I'd be like, oh my God, these strangers. I wouldn't get so fucked up probably. I wouldn't like, you know, just do as much as I did. I will say, now that I'm thinking back, I don't think we did a ton of drugs. Like, I think we just drank a lot. Like, it was not, there was maybe some weed here and there, but I don't think I was really fucked up on that many drugs on spring break. It was, we were a drinking crew. I think that was like, we can keep our wits about us most that way. Maybe we took some Adderall and stuff to like stay awake, but besides that, no way. The trusting people is too much. I also think that something to note for sure is whenever you go on spring break, it almost feels mandatory to stay in a single room with 2 queen beds, probably not even king, with like 10 people minimum. Did you even go on spring break if you can see the floor? You didn't, because everybody pulls everything out of their suitcase the minute you get there. It's a fucking trash heap. It's a nightmare. You lose everything. I personally hated it so much. Like, it almost made me not want to go on spring break anymore because everyone's such a fucking slop on spring break. Like, I don't know what the deal is. There's sand everywhere. It's in all your shit. Oh my God, it's the worst. It's like my literal worst nightmare. And then before we run to a commercial and get into the calls, I wanted to mention the last and most important part about spring break, which is Girls Gone Wild. Obviously, everybody talks about Girls Gone Wild. Still, Girls Gone Wild hasn't even been a thing for 20 years at least. 2002, I think, is when it stopped legitimately. And yeah, look at this. 97, I think it's 97 to 2002 is when they were filming, and then they kept like, you know, putting it on DVDs and selling it and stuff for like on VHS and on DVD and whatever. But it's like literally what the fuck. Also, it was company was sold to Bang Bros. That's interesting.
I know. I just saw that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So yeah, that
is that a porn?
Bang Bros is like, it's kind of porn, yes. It's like these drunk ass bitches on spring break always, and then it's just them showing their titties and stuff and like making out with each other. Like, that's all. It was pretty soft core considering what it was, but the girls were always so blacked out that you like couldn't even see the life behind their eyes. Like, it was so illegal. Like, I have no idea how it was still happening, but to this day people still make Girls Gone Wild jokes, and you can't talk about it without making that joke. But all right, let's throw it to a commercial and then we'll start accepting calls. I want to hear it all. Call in at 888-STOOL22. Looking forward to it. And welcome back to On the Other Line. Today we are talking spring break. I want to hear spring break stories. We have a couple of calls here. First, let's go Brad from Michigan. What's up, Brad? Hold on, let me see if I can hear you first. Can I hear you? Cool.
Hey, Kelly.
Perfect. What's going on, Brad? How you doing?
Good. You?
I'm doing all right. You know, it's a Sunday night. I'll complain a little bit. My allergies are bad. My nose is running a lot. That's my main complaint today. Besides that, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Listening to your opening, it was just incredibly relatable because I only went on one spring break in college.
Uh-huh.
And it was my two friends. They said, hey, you want to come with us? I said, sure. Who's going? And they're like 15 other people. We know one of them.
Oh, my
Stayed
God.
in a 3-level condo. I was on an air mattress the entire weekend. But again, we were hammered for 7 days straight.
Of course.
Altogether, it was fine.
Where were you?
Clearwater.
Of course, yeah. Again, Florida. Like
So,
it's like
which is
you.
funny 'cause
I feel like Florida may have been made strictly for a spring break. Like there's no other. Like it's for old people and for spring break. Like that's literally it. But I think that the like big house thing where there's like a million fucking people in there and you're sleeping on the air mattress and whatever. It's like that is something you can only do when you're drinking nonstop for 7 days. Like that's literally it.
Yeah, it just didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like in the other group, they had car trouble coming down, so they didn't get in till like 6 in the morning.
Oh my God.
And then they just started doing shots. And I'm like, guys, it's 6 in the morning.
It's just nuts.
They were passed out on the beach by about 11 o'clock.
Of course.
So it was a good time. But my question is, we're down there, to pick up girls on the beach, we break out the football. Mm-hmm. Why is it girls are attracted to guys throwing a football around on the beach?
First of all, there are girls. There are girls who are attracted by guys throwing a football on the beach. I am not one of those girls. The minute I see a bunch of assholes getting up, it's almost like you can feel them rising. They're creeping around. They're like circling you like they're seagulls or vultures or something. And then all of a sudden they start throwing a football
over top of your groove.
Right in front of your shit, like right on top of you. Like they almost might hit you. I'm telling you right now, it ruins my whole day because all I'm now worrying about is when is that ball gonna go rogue on purpose so one of them will come up to us and chit chat with us and like form a connection, and is it gonna hit me in the face? Exactly. Like that's exactly what it is. But there are bitches who love that shit. Like girls who are like, oh, they're playing football, like, oh my God, can't believe it. They're totally trying to get our attention. It's like, yeah, they are. But if I'm on the beach and I'm laying on the beach, I want nothing to do with you. Nothing. I just want to lay on the beach.
And it is. You're either in it or you're out of it. I mean, we met, 4 girls we hung out with like the rest of spring break from it.
Of course.
It was great.
Of course.
Also, probably the least hygienic thing, and I feel like it's on spring break a lot, body shots.
Body shot, you're so correct on that. Body shots are so fucking gross to begin with. They're even more disgusting when you've been like laying in the sand all day, you're covered in liquor and sunscreen and like and God knows what else, like what other fluids you've got like all over your body. So fucking gross, 100% so disgusting. Yeah. What do you think about like, would you do a body shot today? Like if you were drunk in like a spring break vibe kind of bar, everybody's fucked up around you and they're like body shots, would you take a body shot?
If she's really hot, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to, right?
It sounds
Is she
terrible,
hot enough?
but yes.
No, that's true.
Yeah, like
that's
if
true.
She's really hot, great body, absolutely.
Because yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm wondering when when I'll be an adult and it will sink in that this isn't worth the squeeze. This juice is too disgusting and not worth the squeeze of me licking somebody's salty ass body. Like at what point? I don't know. Like you said, depends what they look like. Depends.
You kind of get out of it, but
yeah.
I mean, if pose that question in a bar and it's a hot girl, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, it's true, Brad. We all fall victim to it, We really do.
Absolutely.
We really do. Thank you for calling in and chatting about spring break. I appreciate it.
Thanks. See ya.
Talk to you later. All right, and now we have Avery from Boston. Also wants to talk about spring break. What's going on, Avery?
Kelly! First of all, I'm living for this. This is so fun. It feels like we're just like girly girls all chatting on the phone.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, that's the mood. That's
so fun.
Clearly what I'm trying to what I love here is just girlies chatting on the phone.
Girly girls and Brad just chatting on the phone.
And Brad, yeah, always Brad.
There's always Brad. Mm-hmm. I am calling specifically about have you seen this trend going around? I'm 25, so it's been a couple years since I was on spring break, but there's this since there's been spring break, there's been serial cheaters. Like you're gonna go and you're gonna cheat on your girlfriend or boyfriend.
Oh my God,
but
yeah.
But there's this new trend on TikTok, and I wish it was around.
Oh,
but
no.
where girls are exposing other girls' boyfriends on spring break, live action cheating.
Oh
I'm
my
wondering
God.
if you've seen this and what your thoughts are.
No, I haven't seen this, and I'm fucking pissed that I haven't. Can you send
No,
me
you're
one
not
of them?
living.
If you
You're
find
not
next time
living.
you find one, DM it to me so I can get it inside my algorithm because I would die to see this. I fucking loved.
I will.
I love the show Cheaters. That's an amazing show, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
this feels like that. I'll say this though, I would hate to be like exposed on spring break. Like these guys must be tiptoeing
Totally.
around being like, spring break is ruined forever because I can't cheat on my girlfriend. Like that's literally, you can't hide
Yes.
shit anymore. And girls like,
No,
girls have
nothing.
gotten wise. Girls have gotten too smart. We don't just like, you know, bitch at each other and hate each other. We start banding together and hating them. Like that's become a new thing. Like
Right.
if that was happening when I was like of the age of, you know, being on spring break, there's no way that anybody would have said shit. It would have been like, ooh, this is scandalous,
Right.
but like I'm staying out of it, none of my business. No way. Bitches get
Nope.
very involved
Maybe
now.
I wouldn't have cheated on my boyfriend if that was the case. But like, you know, thank God he didn't.
Exactly, like yeah, damn,
but-
you gotta do that.
Literally. But also, I'm a shit starter, and I want to stir the pot. So like, I'm loving these girls on TikTok. It is so fun.
That's
So fun to watch.
That's incredible. What is like, do you have your own scandalous spring break story aside of this?
Oh my
Maybe
God,
that can
I
hold a
can't
candle
believe you
to
would
these
even
hoes?
ask me that. I can't believe you would even ask me that. Of course I do, but like,
Perfect.
just between you and I and all these listeners, I did have anal in a shower and passed out.
Passed out?
With a guy who wasn't my
Oh,
boyfriend.
what?
It was
How'd you
terrible.
pass out? Was it,
I
were
would've
you holding
never-
your breath?
Like, let me just make the sound that my asshole made. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
That is the sound. Ready?
What the
That
fuck?
is the
Oh my
sound.
God, girlfriend. What?
And it was terrible. I wanted to die. I would have never done that if I wasn't in like Cabo.
That is so crazy. Well, okay, so you passed out. How were you found? Were you like pulled off the ground? Like what happened
I
after
woke
that?
up to this man. Woke up, but like came to in the shower on the floor to this man shampooing his hair. Like he was
No,
finishing his
stop
routine.
it. Stop it.
Swear to God. Swear
What
to God.
a
I was
fucking
like,
freak.
What the fuck?
Oh my
Literally such a freak. But like
So
great
basically,
story,
he like,
but,
so in
you
his
know,
head, he probably was like, oh shit, like I just killed this girl. I better wash up and get the fuck out of here. That's
you
the
know
vibe
what?
I hear.
never thought of it like that. but
That's how I hear
totally
it.
Right.
That's so fucked up. That's
That
so
is
fucked
totally
up.
right.
What
I
like
have a
time
case
of
on my
day? Truly, what like time of day did this happen?
It was definitely like after the club. We were in Mexico, and like
Right.
we had just seen DJ Snake, which is like just the
Oh
course,
damn,
we
what a
were seeing
throwback. DJ
Snake.
Snake, shout out. Where's he
Yeah,
been?
right. In Cabo playing for these spring breakers, Kelly. That's exactly what
Yeah,
it is.
right, exactly, right. Obviously, Kelly, so fucking stupid.
Right, how dare you?
Damn, that's next level. That's a really good
It was
story.
rough.
That's shitty. Have you
Yeah.
been scarred ever since? Have you been able to have anal sex since then?
Absolutely not. That was my
Okay.
one and done. But it
I feel
is
like, yeah.
fun to watch all these other people suffer on TikTok with these videos, like of things that I definitely would have gotten shamed for, but
Yeah.
somehow made it out just in time.
Damn. We're some of the lucky ones, you know? It's the 25 and
right?
up crew. We were lucky. We got to live our lives like a little bit in secret. Now forget it.
We're
like,
thriving.
Nothing.
We're thriving.
They're always coming for us. We can't fuck up. Oh my God,
Right.
Avery. Thank you so much for calling in and telling that story. That was fantastic.
Of course. I love you guys. Bye. Have fun.
Bye. Mwah. Damn, Avery. That's a tough story. That fucking sucks.
That was hilarious.
That was unbelievable. I did not
I
expect
love
that
how
story.
she just dropped that bomb.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Respect.
No way did I expect that story, like in any capacity. Okay, we're gonna take another call from someone familiar I'm seeing here, and then after that we'll go to a break. But I want to remind everybody to keep calling in for the next 15 minutes or so. The number is 888-STOOL22. We're talking about spring breaks now. Let's talk to Jillian.
Hello.
Hi, Jillian. What's going on? Is Eve there as well?
Yes, I'm right here.
Perfect. As long as I have my girls here, I know that I'm feeling comfortable on a Sunday night. But what's going on, ladies? How you doing?
Not much. I'm actually so excited because my teacher spring break is coming up this week. So
I was gonna say it's kind of like I was hoping people would still be going on spring break. I feel like it's a little bit later. Like usually it's like mid-March, like end of March or whatever for some schools or some people. So I was hoping that there'd be a few future
so
spring
now
breakers. Where are you going? What are you planning on doing?
so my mom, myself, and my sister, we're actually going to Disney. So
Oh my God!
Not a
Well, first
crazy
of all, love Disney.
but it'll be fun. It'll be filled with kids. So I'm not really escaping my day-to-day job, but
True.
it'll be a fun trip.
Yeah, there'll definitely be a lot of kids around. Where I want this on the record, and I am not ashamed. I fucking love Disney World. I love Disney World. I've
I
been
love
several
it.
times as an adult, and it's so much fucking fun. It's more fun as an adult than it was as when I was a kid.
I'm trying to convince my mom to drink around the world with me.
Oh my
Mama
gosh,
Eve
you
is-
have to. You have to drink
No,
around the
it's-
world. Oh my God.
Do it.
Here's the thing though. Here's the thing about drinking around the world. Pick and choose like the best ones to get drinks from. Like you get that like little passport thing that tells you where everything is. go ahead and choose the ones that are best, because to drink all the way, like at every single place all the way around the world, I've only done it once and I puked everywhere. Like I drank my Orange Julius in France and puked like so hard. Like it was just the most, and it sucks to puke in a Disney park. That sucks.
Yeah, I went in December with one of my high school friends, and we drank around the world. We did every country, but we shared a drink in every spot. So that's how
really
we made
smart. That's really smart. Yeah, we did. I think when we went, we drank in every country. We maybe got like every other country, every 3 countries, we ended up getting like a little bit of a snack, whatever the food was there, and that pushed us through to the end. But we still projectile. Like it's just there are so many more countries than you think. Like it's so big, and they do so much with it. Yeah, they do so much with it. It's amazing. But I always think, like, I hate how, obviously people hate on Disney because it's like there's kids everywhere and it's, you know, weird, whatever. Some Disney adults are weird. Like the people who, you know, they'll like get married and wear the ears and it's like all that, whatever. That's a little much in my opinion. But Disney is so fucking fun. Like when you're an adult, when you can afford it, when you are like going and you know what you're doing, it's so much fun. So that's going to be a good time. Yeah. What's something that you guys are looking forward to getting into while you're down there?
Sunshine.
Besides the world.
My mom said sunshine and warm weather. Just to get out of New York is going to be so nice. But it's been like nice. Awfully I've been seeing down there, so hopefully it's fine.
Huh, interesting. Yeah. I should keep that. When do you leave, this week or next week?
On Saturday.
Oh, fabulous, fabulous. I'm headed down to Florida myself this week for a couple of days, not for spring break, but I'll have to also keep my eye on those warnings. I think that I'm worried that I'm gonna run into spring break people accidentally. Like I'm going down to like right next to a pool for 3 days. Like I'm not doing anything else but that, and I am worried that I'm gonna see some spring break people.
Kids.
Yeah, right. Damn it, damn it. I'm not prepared. Maybe I'll get dressed up one day and like try to blend in, like see what's going on. Like, hey girls, like where are we headed tonight? Let's all catch our boyfriends cheating, right? Yeah. Like some shit like that.
Oh my God.
So, you know, I'll just love some of that, but damn. Well, I hope you ladies have such a good time when you head down there. Feel free to tag me in pics. I fucking love Disney pics, so send me all the pics.
Yes, we'll send you some pics when we're down there.
Please do.
That's funny. I didn't mean to call in about this, but that's my now adult spring break, I guess.
Excellent. That's perfect. Adult spring break. It can be just as fun as kids spring break. It's just in a different way.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for calling. Always love to hear your voices, and I'll chat with you next time.
Sounds good. Bye, Kelly.
Bye. All right, that was wonderful. God, Jillian and Eve, they're I think the most loyal callers. They call every week, and I think Brad also calls almost every week. Like we have some people who are just coming really coming through consistently, and that's cool for me. I love that. I love when people call all the time. So if you want to call when we come back from the break, the number is 888-STOOL22. We're talking spring break. I want to hear all the stories. I want to hear all the juice. Call and tell me about it. And welcome back to On the Other Line. I, again, am your host, Kelly Keegs. If you want to call in and talk about spring break, call 888-STOOL22. I will answer. We will chat about it. It will be fantastic. In the meantime, I have a couple of things I want to address. Number one, make sure you're following the _the_other_line Instagram account. That is where we post all of our topics, what they're going to be the upcoming week. It also gives you the opportunity to call and leave a voicemail if you're not able to call in live, or you're just like a little scared to call in live. You don't want to have a full conversation with me. You just want to get your story out there. So go ahead and follow us on _the_other_line on Instagram. Same thing on Twitter. Twitter is a little more casual. I usually will jump into Twitter and just start tweeting some weird things. You know, whatever. And then, yeah, just follow me on all of my regular stuff. I'm at Kelly.Keegs on Instagram, at Kelly Keegs on Twitter. Same thing for all the show announcements. While I wait for a couple more people to call in, I want to play a voicemail, a special voicemail. We have, I set some aside for later for our voicemail actual segment, but this one I threw in there extra in case we had some time, and we do have some time today. So, Gia, would you mind playing Homeless on Spring Break for me?
Hello, this is TK from New Jersey, and
Subtle.
I'm calling in because I love this topic, spring break.
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you, I'm a little bit older, so years and years ago, I was allowed to go on spring break. And we went to Florida, me and a group of my girlfriends. But one of the stipulations of my very strict parents was the only reason I was allowed to go is my father said that I was not promiscuous. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Love this.
And he had this conversation with my younger brother. Mortified. Anyway, so
Dying.
I get to go. I went with my girlfriends. It was exciting. It was Girls Gone Wild. We went to all the fun bars, the Button, all these different places down the strip. Place was crowded. Well, then we meet up with a group of guys, and ladies, I think you know how that goes. Met up with a group of guys. We're partying. We're having fun. We're up in our hotel room, whatever. Well, guess what? I guess we were too loud. We got thrown out. Yes, got thrown out. Spring break out on the street. Well, we ended up going back and we met these guys, and this one in particular guy let us come back to his place in Plantation, Florida. He could have killed us for all I know. I mean, he could have lured us back. Sex trafficking, who knows? But we all went back to his house. His mother was there. It was a lovely place from what I remember. We stayed there. And the best part of this now, at the end of this, we have all these great memories, so much fun. My parents have no idea what kind of stuff went down there, which I love.
Nope, yep.
But we actually found this guy on Facebook who took us in, and we are all connected with him on Facebook. And this is going back from 1983. So I am looking forward to hearing everybody else's stories. What a great topic. The stories must be crazy. All right, Kelly Keegs, I'm your biggest fan. Love ya.
Oh, yes. I love you too, Mom. That is my mother. So my mom is always worried that she's calling in too much or leaving too many voicemails, but I tell her that people like when she leaves these voicemails, and I like it too. It's nice to when she calls in. I think it's silly. But what is so funny is she's leaving this spring break voicemail telling a story from 1983 that sounds identical to any story that any of us would tell present day. In any time in the timeline of our lives, they all sound the same. They got too drunk, they got kicked out of their hotel room because they were too loud. They met up a bunch of random strangers on the beach, got fucked up with them. They went back to a random stranger's place as a group, pretending oh, whoops, we're not gonna get sex trafficked or murdered, whatever, it's no big deal. So many different aspects of that story are so evergreen. They're just so every single time you tell a spring break story, a piece of that story is involved in it, and it's amazing. And I like that story also because I know all the people that are involved in it, all my mom's best friends, and I obviously knew my grandpa, my uncle, whatever, that's crazy. And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, my favorite part of the story definitely is my grandfather allowing my mom to go on this trip because he didn't see her as promiscuous, which is I don't know if that's Gia, do you think that's a compliment or an insult? I can't decide.
I mean, maybe since back then, it wasn't really a good look to be promiscuous.
Right, right.
Maybe that's a compliment. But I think now if someone's yeah, you can go on spring break, you're so prude, I'd be that's kind of mean.
Yeah, I'd be hey, fuck you. I'm promiscuous?
Actually,
I'll show you, or I'm not promiscuous, I'll show you.
Yeah.
That's what. So, yeah, and I'm sure that she has, the same thoughts, as far as that goes. But it's just, it really cracks me up to hear that and to think about how, my mom was giving off these airs she was this goody two-shoes her whole life. And meanwhile, she's doing the same shit on spring break that the rest of us are doing. So never think that you're above spring break or you're you're not going to act like that. You have no idea how these people act like that. Doesn't matter who you are. Spring break, it changes you. It changes you. All right, let's get to, we have a couple new callers. We have Cassie from Atlantic City wants to talk about her spring break trip. Cassie, what's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. First of all, I just wanted to let you know that I'm friends with Jillian, your number one fan and number one caller.
Oh, amazing. That's fantastic.
And tell our story. It's our spring break that we took post-grad.
Okay. Love that still.
So
still good, though. Still good vibes. Post-grad up until, I would say up until 26, 27, you're still acting a fool on a trip, any kind of trip. Doesn't matter what it is, you're still acting a fool. So I'm with you. Tell me all about it.
So we were never able to take, a full-on spring break just because people had, dance team or, cheer practice or whatever during our normal spring break.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 23. This past February, we all decided to go to Punta Cana together.
Of course.
It's one of the last days of our trip, and two of our friends, Jillian's one of them, gets roped into doing this hula hoop contest. And you know how the poolside at Punta Cana, they always tell you to come up and do these poolside games and these fun things.
It's like always, it's always some shit going on, right? Like they've always got somebody on a mic and everybody's on the side, like doing some shit. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So they're telling everyone that it's a hula hoop contest. We send a bunch of our friends up to go for a hula hoop contest. And as they're explaining the contest, they're saying, okay, so I want you to walk down and do 3 sexy poses.
Oh, no.
And there's 4 of us sitting in the pool watching our 2 friends. One of our friends bails out, and the other one, we're forcing her to do it. So she goes up, she does her sexy poses.
What was the what were the poses? Describe one.
Oh my gosh. It was like, you know, like the flash dance when they pull the water down? It was like that, doing like strutting down the pool deck. It was
Incredible.
So funny. We're cracking up.
I love it.
Then we get to the hula hoop portion, and she can't hula hoop because hula hooping is hard when you've had a few like mojitos.
Oh yeah, if you can't get the rhythm right, you can't hula hoop. No, it falls right down.
So she starts spinning the hula hoop around her neck.
Oh no!
And let me tell you, the crowd in the pool's going wild.
Oh, I bet. I would have screamed bloody murder if I saw somebody not like just abandon the waist hula hoop and just go straight around the neck. That's hard. That takes a strong throat.
Yeah, and then the other girls who she was like in the competition with were like, oh shit, we have to step up our game, and like we're really trying hard. One of them like tried to do it, but then like choked herself out a little bit. It was bad. So then, like the final aspect of the contest was like a sexy dance. So our friend was like the 3rd out of 5 people to dance. Meanwhile, she's on our college dance team, so like she's got it in the bag.
Okay, so she can dance. Yeah. So this sounds like this girl's rocking this fucking contest, by the way, like just killing it.
Yes.
But yeah.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah.
Just you wait. So it's her turn to dance. We think that she's gonna do like one of our like dance team dances that we always like joke around about. No, fully abandons that, goes hardcore. She does like flinging her hair around in circles. All of a sudden, we're watching her, and she drops down into a split on the pool deck.
Amazing. No. Well, when somebody breaks out the splits, it's over. Like, it is over. You can't top the splits. And then if somebody else tries to do the splits after you, it's lame. It's like, oh, well, that person already did the splits. Like, we're sick of them now.
Right.
Like, that's
like, you've already been showed up. Why are you trying to compete? Exactly. So then one of, like, the entertainer people who work at the hotel brings her over to the side of like the railing to go into the pool and is telling her to like pole dance on the railing to the pool. So she's holding on, dropping it low. Luckily, we have a video of it. It's the only thing that like cured my seasonal depression.
That's incredible, and it's honestly incredible. Like, it's so fun being a friend, watching your other friend like just let loose and go fucking crazy doing something like that. It's also so fun like being that friend who does that shit, especially when you are crushing it. Like, it sounds like she went up there with confidence, did everything the right way, and is a performer. She sounds like a performer. It sounds amazing. It sounds like
she's truly a performer. She won the prize. And the prize was Miss Ambar, which was the name of the hotel 2020. We kept trying to tell them that it was 2022, and they're like, nope, Miss Ambar 2020. So
whatever.
So she got like, everyone wanted to take shots with us like the next 2 days. Everyone wanted to buy. I mean, it was like an all-inclusive, so like buy her drinks, but like
right. But whatever. So it's still the camaraderie, the fun of it. Yeah. No, that's so fun. I love an all-inclusive where people just like pass around drinks. Like, oh, I'll grab you a drink. Oh, I'll grab you. All of a sudden, everybody's so generous because nobody's paying for anything. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Like, oh, on me.
Yeah. All of a sudden, chivalry is alive and well. It's like, oh, somebody must have forgot their wallet, and it's not a big deal. Like, God, whatever. Oh my God. Well, Cassie, that was a fantastic story. That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Wow.
You let me know if you want me to send you the video. I'll try and figure out a way.
Please send it to me, at least for my own personal viewing pleasure. Please, like DM it to me however you can.
I'll DM it to you on Instagram.
Perfect. That's perfect. I look forward to it. Thank you so much, Cassie, for calling. I appreciate it.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Oh my God. Wow. Again, amazing. Love that. I love an opportunity that somebody just like takes it upon themselves to get up on a fucking stage and rock some shit. Like liquid courage to do any of those things makes me crack up out loud. So I'm thrilled about that. I'm thrilled that happened with them. I know there's a million other stories that are just like it. Incredible, amazing. We're gonna hit another break, and then when we come back, we're gonna listen to the rest of the voicemails. We'll see you soon. And welcome back to On the Other Line. Oh Jesus, here I am. I'm over here. I'm honestly still in a tizzy from all these stories. Like I love a spring break story. I love everything about the spring break camaraderie. And Gia, I don't know. What are you thinking so far? What are you thinking about all these people, all these stories? Do you love it?
Yes, I loved all the stories. I think Avery's story was definitely my favorite, the anal in the shower.
I think so too. I think that's a long-lasting story that we're never going to forget. I think for a fact. So
I also thought it was funny how I think it was Brad. He was like, girls love when boys throw the football on the beach.
Yeah, I knew. And I knew, too, that was going to be like, that was going to come up at some point, like if a guy called in or whatever. Yeah. I wish I wrote that down and said it in the beginning, because that is so fucking standard. Every guy, that's not even spring break exclusive. Like, that's on the beach.
Like, literally Tom Brady.
Yes.
Throwing a football on the beach.
Yes.
While every girl is just trying to catch a tan.
Every girl's trying to catch a tan, and they're pissed off not trying to get hit or get sand on them. Like, I have so much sunscreen on. I have so much oil on my legs. Like, stop. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But okay. Let us, we're going to get into, hold on, let's go. Where am I looking here? I'm looking here, but I want to look here. We're going to do that real quick. Cool, perfect. I'm going to get into the voicemails we have. So let's do our last call. Pop it up. Excellent. Love it. Love it. Gia, let's start off with the Toyota RAV4.
Hey, Kelly. Hey, other liners. I saw your post about seeing for some spring break stories, and I know you mentioned Daytona in that tweet, so I thought I'd give you my spring break Daytona story. So me and my friends show up to Daytona. We're all absolutely underage drinking. Absolutely hammered, staying in a nice hotel on the beach, just having a hell of a time. Absolutely blacked out, and this guy on the street sells us these, like, VIP passes to an Afro Man concert. So we buy these way too expensive tickets for an Afro Man concert in Daytona, wearing them around our necks, like VIP necklace things. And we're heading there, and all my friends are a bit ahead of me and my roommate. They all crossed this four-way intersection. Come to find out, this four-way intersection had 3 crosswalks and not 4. So me and my roommate are the last two across. I kind of just run across the street, hoping to catch up with the rest of the group. Next thing I know, I black out and black in, and when I black in, I am on the floor in the middle of a very large street. And I had just been absolutely bitch slapped by this fucking RAV4. And
tough.
Ambulance shows up. I tell them, no, I'm not getting in the ambulance. I'm fine. I just have that blacked out, drunken energy that, I'm fine. I'll shake it off. Next thing I know, I had to wake up the next morning, go to the hospital, and make sure I didn't have any internal bleeding, which luckily I didn't. But I was bruised from kneecap to nipple for about 6 to 8 months afterwards. So
damn,
that's my craziest Daytona-specific story. So want to know if you have any thoughts about that one. Thanks. Bye.
Damn. I mean, I don't know. To me, that's like, yeah, that's a good story. It's whatever. It's crazy. It's fun. We're all chilling, blah, blah, blah. I think getting hit by a car in the middle of an intersection on spring break is like really shitty. Like that's just like the worst thing. I don't know if I could think of a worse thing. I guess alcohol poisoning, end up in the hospital, whatever. But being hit by a car on spring break in the middle of the fucking street, damn. Like how does that happen? I don't know. I know people get hit by cars, but like how? I guess I don't know. I've always got my head on a swivel. It just feels nuts.
Just talking about this with my friends this weekend.
Yeah.
I feel like if I got hit by this is kind of messed up, but
no, but it's fine.
If I got hit by a car, I'd be like embarrassed. I'd be like,
totally. In the moment, you mean? Like laying on the ground, like, oh, I'm so embarrassed right now.
You're like like sprawled out on the street, like everyone's staring at you, like asking if you're okay. You're just like, oh my God, I just got hit by a car. Like, that's so embarrassing.
I could not agree more. And now think of it, Gia, think of it like on spring break and when you're wearing like some dick bag, like neon tank top with like those terrible like multicolor shades that are made of plastic, and they like your shades go flying, your yard long drink
like
goes
in
nuts.
Bikinis, like watching you, yeah, like that's
everyone's like blacked out.
It's mortifying.
It's mortifying. It's mortifying because then. For everybody else that was there, the story is, holy shit, I saw a kid get hit by a car on spring break. And then it's like, I was the kid that got hit by a car on spring break. Exactly. It's mortifying. You're absolutely correct. It is mortifying. But damn, glad that guy made it okay. He only made it out with some bruising, it sounds, some like intense shit there. No internal bleeding, can't have that. Fuck. At least you're cleared for internal bleeding on spring break. I guess that would be worse. Being worse than being hit by a car would be finding out that you have internal bleeding also while you're on spring break. Tough. Let's go into Fined for Sex.
Kelly Keys, you are not going to even believe this story, but it
Probably
definitely
not.
happened. My senior year of college, my ex and I had broken up, and we both decided to go to Cabo for spring break and get our spring break on. Ended up hooking up with him while we were there,
of course.
But his room was taken with 4 guys, and I was sharing a room with my friends, and we didn't have anywhere to have sex. So we decided to go fuck in the public pool bathroom of our hotel. And, sex was fucking great, not gonna lie. But we got caught by security, got dragged to the front desk, like 2 kids in trouble. And then the hotel manager came up, scolded us, and said that we can either call the police and they can deal with this, or my ex can pay a $500 fine. So my ex paid a $500 fine for the best 2 minutes of his spring break life in Cabo in 2019. Bye, Kelly. Love you.
Damn. You know what? First, I'm going to give a little shout out because I do think that that seeking out the hotel pool bathroom is good. That's a sneaky move. I like that. That's resourceful. But where you went wrong is that on spring break, it doesn't matter where you are. If there's a spring break vibe of any kind, security's always looking for people having sex in dark corners. Like, that's the number one thing that people do on spring break. They get too fucked up and they have sex everywhere, and that's all they're looking for. So while maybe this was like a good idea and sneaky, whatever, you had nowhere to go, blah, 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 you're gonna get caught by security for sure. That's gonna happen to you on spring break. No matter where you are, you can't be like fucking in public. You can't like fuck on the beach. I know people are always getting arrested for having sex on the beach, literally. Like, that's constantly happening. These two, I think, are lucky that they weren't arrested for like public indecency. Like, I think that that's something that people like to make an example out of and whatever. A $500 fine, though. Gia, would you be happy if you had to pay $500 for like some quick sex? I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking pissed.
No, I mean, if he paid for it, then fine.
I mean, whatever, right? Like, what? I mean, it's out of my hands at this point. But like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I would be furious.
Yeah,
furious. No. How does that? I wonder how that conversation went later. Like, he probably paid the $500. I wonder if she would, if he was like, "I'll Venmo you."
Then, right?
No. Well, no. She said it was 2019, so it was definitely Venmo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like, I bet she. I mean, I don't know.
If me $250, I'd be like, I'm blocking your number.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck you. Like, we're broken up now. Like, this is how we're breaking up right now.
Yeah,
just because you're making this happen. Yeah, no. If that was my boyfriend, I would be like, don't you fucking dare. Like, don't even think about Venmo requesting me for this.
No way.
Because somehow it's your fault. God. All right, let's wrap up with our last one. Cancun baby.
Hi, I'm calling about spring break because I need to tell about the legendary Cancun baby that students from all over the Northeast know about. Around 2017, I want to say, a girl apparently went on spring break down in Cancun and didn't know she was pregnant and ended up going to the hospital because she thought she was having an appendicitis, while she was like apparently drunk, went to the hospital, literally gave birth in Mexico, and then her and the boyfriend had to stay in Mexico for a whole extra week because the baby was a Mexican citizen and wasn't American. But, I think they're still together. So, I mean, it's a great story to tell. It's a cute baby. She graduated and everything with baby in hand. But yeah, that's the only spring break story I have because I didn't have a crazy spring break. Okay, bye.
This story.
I've heard this story.
I have also heard this story.
Yes.
So let's break it down a little bit. First, when I first heard it, I didn't think it was true. I was like, the story's not true. I've heard variations of this story my whole life. You know what I mean? But now I'm starting to think about it. One, how does she know that this girl graduated like with the baby in her hands? You know what I mean? Like if that's true, then I believe the story.
I think it was like Francesca who told me, but like
that would make sense.
I think the girl went to like St. Joe's or St. John's or something like
Interesting.
that.
Interesting.
And
okay.
Who knows? The variation I heard was that she was like doing Molly and drinking a Four Loko. and then
popped out a baby.
She was because she was like so fucked up and her stomach was hurting, so she went to the hospital and found out she was pregnant.
Damn. I mean, that's so.
There's so many different variations. I feel like of this story.
Yeah, there really are. It's always the having to stay longer in XYZ foreign country that they're in because they have to deal with like the baby's passport information too. Like I feel like I'm always hearing that part of the story.
I know. I don't think Mexico has that law. I might be wrong, but I
have
sure
no idea. I wouldn't even
States
know.
Is the only place where like if you're born on American soil, like you're automatically an American citizen.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mexico has that law. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know like most European countries don't have that.
Interesting. I had no idea even of that fact. I had no idea that was a thing. So that's interesting as well. I think that that my favorite part of it is always the fact that these people don't know that they're pregnant. They just don't know. And I think that crazy show. What is that? Was that a show or was it just like a segment on a show that like I don't know I'm pregnant?
Like, I didn't know I was pregnant.
That's fucking crazy. Like how? And I understand like these people tell these stories and they're always weeping and they're always upset or whatever and it's fucking nuts. But I don't know how that's possible and I don't know how any of these stories are possible to be honest. So thank you guys all so much for calling in to this week's episode of On the Other Line. I look forward to talking to you next week. Mwah, mwah, mwah.